This is a very big moment for the school and for higher education and its relationship with the federal government.
Absolutely.
What was it that it was negotiated for quite some time? What was it that got this over the finish line?
So many things. Look, I think in the biggest possible of pictures, this resolution is really going to allow us to turn a page on a period of deep instability for our institution. I think, as you mentioned, it took us months of a lot of conversations, deep deliberation, and almost word by word negotiation. And our view was always we were willing to talk as long as the talks were productive. It took longer in many cases than we had anticipated, but we were willing to keep moving because the stakes were so high. And I think there are a couple of really important things about this agreement from our point of view. One, it doesn't cross the red lines that we laid out. It protects our academic integrity. That was, of course, essential to us. And two, it does reset our relationship with the federal government in terms of research funding. And that's, there's many headlines about $400 million. This is really access to billions.
It was a lot more than that.
Billions of dollars in future funding. And it's not just money for Columbia. I mean, this is about science. It's about curing cancer, the cutting edge, boundary-breaking science that actually benefits the country and humanity. So that was essential.
How existential was the threat becoming? When you talk about, I saw over like $1.3 billion that the school was not losing. Yes. How existential was this threat to the university if it continued?
There are lots of ways to measure it. So $1.3 billion a year, billions in future funding. But we are a massive research institution, one of the best in the world. It's hard. We'd have to sit here for hours for me to tell you everything we do in terms of that boundary-breaking research. And that's research really that powers the technology in this country, innovation, and of course, all the biomedical research that so many people benefit from. So I think the stakes were high for us in terms of what we do. And by the way, for our students also, we're an incredible training ground for the future of science. But I think it's fair to say they're existential broadly for science in this country as well. We have to get that funding back on track.
Was the
one other point. The reason why they gave for this Columbia penalty is because they were anti-Semitic. Donald Trump has dined with Nazi sympathizers. He referred to bankers just a few weeks ago as Shylock's.
Were they or not? Did they discriminate against Jewish kids or not?
Let me just finish.
Just say yes or no. You talk there.
You talk about people.
You talk there.
You talk about people interrupting
you
people.
You
do
don't
it all
want
the
to say
time.
it. They systematically discriminated against the Jews. Just go ahead and say it.
My point is that Donald Trump has a history of engaging in anti-Semitic behavior, of repeating anti-Semitic memes, of hiring people who were anti-Semitic, including people like Elon Musk, who was doing Nazi salutes just a few months ago.
Slanderous.
And he was doing that.
Slanderous.
And after all that, we talk about, well, Columbia University is the one place we're going to draw the line. If you're going to be consistent, let's be consistent. Anti-Semitism is wrong. Let's stand up for it everywhere, including in the Trump administration.
You don't pay $200 million to just, quote, make something go away. You pay $200 million because you know you got caught red-handed systematically discriminating against Jewish students. That's why you pay. That's why you change your policies. If elections have consequences, if Trump had not won, they would still be doing it today. Thank God he pushed back on them.
Look, I think the reason that